Hey everyone, so finally have the transmission in place with the transfer case. Everything's not linked up yet or bolted together, but kind of find out I had to drop the transmission again, and then me and a friend had to get the transfer case in first. Just to give y'all a heads up, when the transmission goes in first, it's basically impossible to get the transfer case in there. But so we had to drop the transmission, put the transfer case in there first. Now I am about to line up the transmission and have it lined up to the engine side, and then I will start working on the transfer case and get it lined up that way. So yeah, just giving y'all a heads up on that. But all right, let's get started. Hey everyone, so just to give you an update on where I'm at. I got the transmission bolted up to the engine side. I have not got the framing set in place, but before I do the frame, go that far into it, bolting up the frame, I want the transmission kind of lowered anyway, so that I can get the transfer case set up perfectly on these glides. These are like glides right there. So as you can see, these are the glides. There's two of them, one right here, one deep farther over there. And I forgot to mention that about the transmission too. There are glides on the transmission that help it seat in place. So let me crawl farther in here. I'm gonna show you what all I did. Remember that piece that I told you about where it bolts up on the side of the transmission? This is it. This is the shifter to the four-wheel drive. You got two bolts. It glides in there and it holds the shifter in place, if you can see it shifting. And I have the actual shift knob, or the shifter, installed. Now the next step I'm going to do, like I just said, the transfer case. I need to put RTV all around here, seat it, and then I'm going to get the rear drive shaft, go ahead and put it in place. Then I'm going to fill it up with fluids. On the transmission, here's the drain plug. There's the fill plug. Alright, this is by hand, like, because I already broke it loose and I took it off, so just make things easier. That's just what I did. So I don't have to get a pry bar in here and just try to break it loose. It's already loose. I broke it loose and then hand tighten it. So I'm going to fill the transmission fluid. Then you got transfer case, same concept. It's hard to see because it's not in place right now, but there's a drain and fill plug just like this. It's a 1/2 inch pry bar. Now, after everything's said and done and I have it in place, I am not going to install the front drive shaft. And the reason for that is because I was going to crank it up, put it in gear, make sure everything runs smooth, and then I'm going to install the front drive shaft. Because if you install the front drive shaft, that's just going to be one more thing you have to remove in case something like goes wrong. Now, I mean, I'm not going to drive the truck. I'm just going to like crank it up, go through the gears, etc. All right, plugged in one sensor to the transmission. All the rest of these scatter along farther back. Now, I want to show y'all this. I cannot crank my truck up yet. I cannot crank my truck up yet. And the reason for that, the main bolt right here It's a flange bolt. It goes up here, and the bolt has a hole in it, specifically designed, has a hole, so that when fluid comes out of the line, you see the hole right there? When the fluid comes through the line, the clutch fluid, it goes through the hole of that bolt, shoots down in there, operates the slave cylinder. So I'm kind of at a standstill on that. But now you know where I'm at, what I'm doing. Excuse the sorry for all the random movement of the camera. But yes, my truck is coming along really good. Just one thing after another, and after I do that, I'm going to do the spark plug wires. Now, I will show y'all how to redo the wire to the headlight, but that's not a major issue right now, because I can drive this truck in the daylight. I'm okay. But I will show y'all how to you just gotta like snip off wires, stuff like that, resplice them, reconnect them, and then right here I'm just gonna get electrical tape and just kind of doctor that up. But here's the surprising thing. I was curious, so I decided to test my battery. My battery is set up for like a year, and I'll be honest, that's how long my truck sat up, because of money, time, and we bought a new house, moved in here, so it's just, my truck's always been on the back burner. But I tested the volts on my battery, still 12 volts. So kudos to AC Delco batteries. It sat up for over a year and still has 12.3 volts. Rock on. All right, so I'm gonna get started on the things I just mentioned, so I'll be back shortly.